Hi, I'm gonna explain in this video two topics. The first one is the branch strategy, and the second one is we are gonna create our first release branch. So branch strategy, we using this branching model created for from Atlassian guys, and what we do is the following. So what we do is like we always have a develop branch which is the most stable branch with the latest features. The most stable branch, which is translating to SVN, is master. So master is the most stable branch which is deployed into production. But now we're going to start using a new develop branch. And the develop branch means that if we are working in a Scrum, every sprint, we are gonna be able to get one of these commits, and then we are gonna create what is called the release branch. When a release branch is created, we can do some fixes here. We always pull the changes back to the develop branch, and when we are happy with the release branch candidate, what we do is just to push to master, and then we just mark that specific commit with a tag in Git. Um, Working developers usually take care about develop and feature branch, right? So someone has to take care about the release branch creations and master branch, obviously. Many times developers don't have access to master or release branches, only in the case that they need to work on some specific bugs. So they just do it here. Which is really important is that when you work in a release branch, it's only for bug fixes. You cannot be trying to develop a new feature because then you are not using this strategy properly, and then probably it's taking too long. So when you are just going to master, probably it's better just to grab whatever is in develop again and put it on the release branch. Now, regarding this model, I think the only missing part is the hot fixes. So this is being done by one specific developer, or I mean, you need to avoid the hot fixes to do something else than fixing something which is in production. So what you do in your local environment is to grab master, and then you create a hotfix branch. You test it, and then you push it to master, and then you create a minor release to the production environment. For creating our first branch, I usually recommend using the terminal, which is pretty self-explanatory what you're doing and you do not make mistakes. So what you can do is obviously you can do git checkout, git add GitHub, and that's the URL of what you can do for checkout. But my forks show me this application called source tree, and source tree helps to do things quicker obviously than the terminal, but you need to be really careful because you can create a big mess into the repository if you start just forcing things just because you don't understand what you are doing. So I'm gonna explain how this works. Yeah, it's completely up to you to use the UI software or the terminal. So talking about the branch strategy, what we can see right now from the repo is that we have the master branch. So what we do always is to fetch. Fetching is like make sure that these check boxes are activated, and then you get all of the remote branches from the repository. So you can see them here in remotes, and then we see is B2B, head, and master, right? So what we're gonna do is like double click master, and then it's gonna create the it's gonna create the remote branch into my local branch. If I do this again, obviously it's gonna fail because my branch I've already did this before. So what we are gonna do is like these are my local branches, double click on master, and that's the one that I'm currently working on. So what I do is create a new branch from master, and we are gonna create something like develop, which is gonna be our develop branch. So we create this one, and now we are running on the develop. So if you look at the terminal and then you go Munchkin one, you see we are right now on develop. Okay, on branch develop. So from this branch, we are gonna start creating our first branch. So we click here, create or delete branches, and let's check the ticket. So we usually use the ticket number. Unfortunately, with Asana, you don't have a ticket number, but you can use this one, but it's too long and it's gonna be really confused. So what we are gonna use is the title. So what we do is come here. So this is grass-fed, where to buy, and then we click on the source tree, and then we click a new branch is gonna be called. Always really important to use feature, and then the name. So grass fed where to buy, and then just create the branch. So we locally created the branch. As you can see, it's been is using the folder. So now I'm working in grass fed, and as I can see here, status and in feature grass fed where to buy. So now we can start working on this branch.